Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my castle of confusion, and we're going to continue our Burnout series with Burnout 2, Point of Impact, and we basically have to start with a tutorial, and I think it's mandatory. I don't think you can actually get into the game without doing this, but it's quite a nice little introduction to the game to get you started. So, as you can see, student driver, we've got a bronze target in the top right hand corner. We've also got a score, and we've got a timer, and so we've already received bronze, and we've got silver, and hopefully we'll get gold beforehand. There we go, so that's the first bit of that completed. Really nice and simple introduction to the game. Now there are a few of these, I think there's about 4 or 5. We're going to go through them so that we can actually get you into the main game. And yeah, so I hope you guys are all having a great week. This was meant to go out on Monday, by the way, but everything in my world has just gone upside down and inside out, and I'm just currently putting it back together. So that includes PC time, so I do and review time and all that, all the stuff I enjoy doing. I never have time for anymore, but I'm slowly getting to the point where I can get stuff sorted again. So glad to see some positivity on the last Burnout review, and you know, these games do get steadily better. This one introduces. Look at that grind. This one includes the crashes and stuff that you're more used to with the Burnout series. The first one was quite reserved on that. Every time you touched a car, it would give you that immense smashing of your own car, but nothing anywhere else. Now this one you can cause other cars to smash and stuff like that, but we will go into that shortly, and along with its new modes as well. There's a new crash mode which is absolutely brilliant, and but we'll cover that once we can get out of this tutorial. So we've got to basically drift around the corners here. So there we go, we've got my bronze on this one. Silver we've got now, and it's nice because it actually tells you how to do them. So just tap the brake and drift around the corners. Quite simple really, yeah? So we've got the silver medal there. As you can see, it's quite madcap already. I mean, we're just one car on the road at the moment, and we're just having, you know, some driving lessons. If you ever drive like this, by the way, prepare to fail instantly. But it's nice. The graphics are updated as well, which is nice to see. Which you kind of expect with sequels, really, don't you? There are some sequels where the graphics have let it down a bit, but you know what? It's the gameplay that counts. You know, you don't go. No, I'm not going to go there. Oh, there you go. So I smashed into the back of that truck. That was great. So I've got to drive over bumps here to get airtime, and I don't think I've done. No, I haven't done that one. Right. So we'll try again. You did not win a medal. I mean, it just states the obvious. If you failed, then you obviously didn't get a medal, did you? No. But again, by Criterion Games, I think Criterion did a few of these. Acclaim published them, and then I think Acclaim went bust in the end, I think, and I can't remember who took over. Was it THQ? No, it wasn't. Oh, never mind. But it was. It started off with Acclaim publishing these, and then it moved to another company. EA, I think it was, actually. Yes, yeah, it was. EA took over the license for it in the later games. So I'm going to do these in sequence. So the next Burnout game will be Burnout 3, and then 4, then 5. The only one I probably won't touch is Burnout Paradise, because that was done on PS3. So unless you would like me to try and do that one, but I don't want to breach the retro rules, if that makes sense. Although I have been contemplating, and I will get your guys' opinion on this, is that I'd really like to show you the remake of DuckTales that came out on the PlayStation 3. Because not only is it a retro game, it's a remake of a retro game, so it's kind of a retro game on a more modern console. Would you mind me if I did that? Because I'd like to actually show you. I think it's a brilliant conversion, but I'll leave that to you guys. If you would like to see the remastered DuckTales on the PlayStation 3 on this channel, let me know in the comments, because I'm quite happy to do that. Maybe do a side by side. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you would like to see. If that's of any interest to you, then I might do that as the next review. So the comment section, my friends, as always, is yours. Okay. So back to Burnout 2. So we are getting through this tutorial, which is nice. Also, the replays are nice as well. I'm not going to do those because it will take up review time, but if you've actually played this game, you'll know that the replays are just gold. And it's actually quite nice. So we're going to do the boost I think this is the last lesson now. I think the boost is the final part, and then we can actually get into the game and show you the new crash mode, and hopefully we'll get a race in there as well, so you can just see the changes that they've made to the smoothness of the game, the way that the boost meter works, because it is a lot easier to get boost in this game. And that was a good start, wasn't it? I boosted straight into Bollard. Brilliant. So let's get our boost meter filled, and let's put our pedal to the metal, as it were. You can see here lots of bumps and stuff to get our boost meter up, boosts on. So once we get around this bit here, and look at it go, we are flying down the track. Brilliant. Yeah, so you know, I find this game a lot more fun than the original. I just think because you're not punished as much for hitting things as you were in the first game. This one is a little bit more lenient on that. Doesn't crucify you the second that you hit something else, which is really good. Here we go. So we've got time attack, championship, single race, and crash mode, which we're going to go and have a look at now. So there's a selection of cars, as you can see. Each one varies in acceleration, control, top speed. You can choose your model, you can choose your colour. It's quite nice customization, and you do unlock new cars down the road as well. So you know there was a more of a purpose to Burnout 2, because you could have literally a fleet of cars, and I think they made it a little bit easier to do so as well. So the idea of this is to make as much carnage as you can, and by basically getting traffic to slam into each other. So you'll see there's a multiplier in the bottom left hand corner, and that's the damage that I've done, and it doesn't stop until all the traffic has either got out of the way or has ground to a halt. But everything that you hit with this gives you points. Can't go wrong with that. We like a good point system. So once it's done, the carnage copter, as we'll call it, will fly overhead and total up all the damage that you've done, so you can see exactly where your points are. And it is just an immensely fun mode to the game. So we'll have a couple of goes at this, and you can see you've got lorries, you've got buses, and my car is just totaled. Great fun. So to unlock the next bit, you just go. So I have my name in as the Revival, which is brilliant. So you can try different cars as well, because different cars will give you different results. So you take a truck into this, you're going to have a bit more wham, but you're not going to have as much speed. So sometimes you've got to think about what you can take to the party to make it a party hearty marty. Okay? Didn't make sense? No? Did in my head. But anyway, so you can see where the arrow is, and oh, that probably isn't going to do a lot. But look at my car fly. Is it going to avoid everything else? Oh no, we've caused some damage to my car. Okay, right. Oh, you see, obviously this is a test of brakes for everybody else. It wasn't a brilliant score, because I hit a car way too early on that one, but that's fine. You can actually skip this, the carnage copter as it flies over. You can skip that, but sometimes it's nice just to fly over what you've done and see the absolute devastation of your actions. Yes. But there we are. Yeah, so we're getting on the scoreboard at least. That's nice. So graphically, I should start the review really, shouldn't I? So graphics are really nice. They've been updated. They're a lot smoother than they were, and the car models are a lot better. And like you say, the burnout meter is a little bit more visible, a bit easier to see when you've actually got boost. And you've got a nice speedometer there. You got oh, what a success that was! I know, I'll drive past everything. Yeah, crash into the buses. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, but completely missed. Anyway, so you can see that the roads and the details on the roads, details on the cars, buildings, and everything else have been upped a little bit, which is really nice to see. I really enjoy this game. It's just good fun. Controls are really simple, very reactive to what you're doing, so there's no problem with that. Here we go, a bit of carnage for you. Yeah, controls are responsive, and basically it's your left and right and brake and boost, and I believe there's a handbrake as well. So there's that as well, which is great fun. So that's nice to have responsive controls too. Now the soundtrack's great as well, so we're heading into the sound section of the game. The sound and the music is brilliant, as it was in the original. I love the original soundtrack actually, because it gave you that sense of urgency when you were going around the track. Now this is good fun as well. You know, you've still got that pumping soundtrack, which is great. It really gets you going. Now on the PlayStation 3 versions, you could of Burnout Paradise, you could import your own tunes to play on the radio, which is a nice thing. But I think that was once EA had done it, because I think they did that. Did they do it on the earlier games as well? Can't remember. But yeah. So we'll change our car now, shall we? We'll go for a muscle car, and we'll go for the nice white model. Now, playability on this game is second to none. I think once you've played Burnout 2, Burnout 1 will sort of be pushed to the back. Not saying it's not a good game, because it is, but once you've got your hands on this, where you can cause a little bit more road rage, which is quite nice, then the last game sort of just, it doesn't become as fun. Now, on this version now, you can actually sort of sideswipe people, push them into traffic, that kind of thing, which I'm not saying you couldn't do in Burnout 1, but it wasn't a priority. They've made this more of a sort of, well, you can now cause a bit more damage and carnage by doing this, grinding into cars, pushing them into walls, pushing them into oncoming traffic, all that kind of stuff. Just adds an extra layer of fun to the game, I find. And, you know, that's what games are all about, though, isn't it? Fun. Why would we play games that aren't fun? Unless it's for pure self-harm. But there you go. And replay value, well, you've got so many cars in the game to unlock, and you'll be wanting to get those cars unlocked. As a completionist, you're going to want all of them. That's going to take you a bit of time, so you'll be coming back again and again. I do believe there's a multiplayer option, but I can't verify that at the moment. But I do believe you can go split screen. I don't think it's as good as this, as in, you know, because I think you lose a bit of frame rate on it, but that's, you know, that's to be expected, really. But as an all-round sort of racing game stroke demolition derby, it works quite well. How I managed to avoid that taxi there, jeez. But yeah, you could, and if you wanted to do time trials or see if you can get the best score on crash mode, that kind of thing, you don't have to do races. If you do want to do races, you can either race against each other, or you can, you know, take it in turns, see who can actually hit the first position and cause as much damage as they can in a race. There's so many options that you can do for multiplayer. Just experiment. Let me know if you've had any experiences where you've had a single player game, turned it into a multiplayer experience, and what game it was and how you did it. I'll be interested to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. But no, this is multiplayer, so there you go. Absolutely fantastic game. I can't really fault it, to be fair. It's an improvement over the original. It's more fun than the original. The original scored, I think it was a 9 out of 10. So, I mean, this can only go higher, can't it, really? It can reach the heights of 10, so it can. But, yeah. Burnout 2, Point of Impact, worth a pickup. If you've got it, great. I want to hear from you. Have you completed it? Have you got all the cars unlocked? Have you done anything super crazy on it? Let me know, because I'd love to be able to have a chat with you guys, and in the comments we do so. I'm also looking now for feedback on doing perhaps a live session on either YouTube or Facebook or something, maybe once a week or something like that. See how we get on. Be an evening, UK time obviously, but I'll try and make it so that it's kind of not too late here, but not too early or late where you guys are. So we'll come up with a rough time zone time, and then we'll get some feedback on that. But I will give it some thought. If I get enough feedback to say yes, go ahead and do that. I'd love to be part of the show. We'll do maybe a live at some point soon and see how it goes, because I think that could be quite good fun. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there, folks. You've got all bases covered. Age rating, that's the one we haven't covered yet. Oh, come on, it's a car racing game. Any age, anyone loves to play a car racing game with a little bit of bish bash bosh. So, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed the review, everybody. I'll be back very soon with another one. And let me know about the DuckTales thing, because I would love to do that one. If not, then hey, Burnout 3 is on the way. And I can't wait for that one either, because it really does expand on this. So anyway, I'll catch you guys again very soon. And until next time, my friends, you keep it retro. And as always, it's bye for now. Ta-da!
Incoming transmission.